Everyone in the small village thought it was impossible. A shepherd dog, living quietly on a peaceful farm, had raised not just one, but 3 baby leopards that poachers had left behind. And when those leopards grew up, something happened that left the entire village speechless, because one of those leopards saved the shepherd dog's life in a way no one could have imagined. Stay with me until the end, because this story will show you how friendship can overcome even the wildest instincts. In a peaceful village surrounded by endless grasslands, there lived a German shepherd named Max. Max was 8 years old, with strong legs, black and tan fur, and kind, intelligent eyes. He spent his days helping his owner, Mr. Harris, an elderly farmer with silver hair and gentle hands, watch over a flock of fluffy white sheep. The villagers loved Max deeply. They often said he was more human than dog. But one quiet morning, Max came running toward the wooden farmhouse, carrying something in his mouth that no one could believe. Mr. Harris was repairing a fence when he froze. In Max's mouth were 3 tiny creatures, their golden spotted coats shining in the morning sun. They were baby leopards just a few weeks old. Weak, trembling, eyes wide with fear. Max gently set them down on the soft grass and sat beside them, as if to protect them. The villagers quickly gathered, whispering in disbelief. Why would a dog bring home wild animals? Soon they learned that poachers had been in the nearby forest. The mother leopard was gone, leaving the cubs alone. Max must have found them while patrolling the edges of the fields. Mr. Harris called wildlife rescue, but no shelter would accept such young wild leopards. So, for the time being, the cubs stayed on the farm. But no one was prepared for what would happen next. Max took on the role of a father. He cleaned the cubs, let them snuggle into his warm fur at night, and even shared his food, gently nudging pieces closer to their tiny mouths. Day by day, the baby leopards grew stronger, and soon they began following Max everywhere, as though he was their true parent. But as the cubs grew into powerful predators, the villagers began to worry. What would happen when the leopards were fully grown? Months passed. The leopards became sleek, powerful animals, their golden coats covered in beautiful black rosettes. They were fast, strong, and very large. The villagers grew uneasy. Some whispered that the leopards might attack the sheep, or worse, attack Max himself. One misty evening, wolves appeared suddenly on the farm. They charged at the flock of sheep, snarling and snapping their jaws. Max raced forward, barking fiercely to protect the flock. But Max was alone. One huge wolf lunged at him, sinking its teeth into Max's shoulder. Mr. Harris shouted in terror, but he couldn't reach Max in time. Suddenly, from the shadows of the forest, a loud, ferocious growl rang out. One of the 3 grown leopards, the largest male, leapt forward, striking the wolf and hurling it away. The other 2 leopards appeared beside him, muscles tense, tails lashing, eyes glowing in warning. The wolves hesitated, then turned and fled into the darkness. Mr. Harris ran to Max, who was breathing hard, blood seeping from his wound. The 3 leopards circled around Max, staring at Mr. Harris with calm but protective eyes, as if to say, "We will never let anyone harm our father." From that night onward, no one in the village ever doubted the bond between the leopards and Max. But laws protecting wild animals meant the leopards couldn't stay on the farm forever. A few months later, wildlife officers came to take the leopards back to the forest, their true home. On the day of farewell, Max stood silently, watching as the leopards were led into a special truck. All 3 turned their heads to look back at him. One leopard growled softly, as though promising, "We'll always remember you, and we'll come back." And indeed, a few months later, villagers walking near the edge of the forest began to glimpse an incredible sight. Max, standing quietly among 3 magnificent leopards. They never attacked anyone. Instead, they brushed against Max, licking his ears gently. And everyone who saw them knew exactly who they were and why they stood together. Sometimes, the heart of a dog can tame even the wildest spirits. And sometimes, love writes miracles that no creature on earth can truly explain. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe to SoulPaw Stories 5 for more amazing stories of loyal dogs, rescues, and the incredible bond between humans and animals.